Dear fellow traders and patrons, in this video I would like to talk about Rigetti. As you can see, when I publish my analysis on Rigetti on November 22nd, when the price was $1.30, I mentioned this could be a 10 bagger, and I mentioned skin in the game, which means I had the position myself as well. So, having said that, the price is now trading around $8.50, which is almost 600% up in 39 trading days. What should we do? As many of you know, when it was up around 200%, I said I closed one third of my position and will let the rest run uh, for the foreseeable future. By the news came out recently about Google Willow chip and solving the quantum computing problem that can not be done by any other chip. I think we are entering the hype zone for quantum computing. Fortunately, we were ready for this to happen, and we already made good profit with one of the best runner of this type of hype. But is this the only time I detect something like this? Those who followed me from the very early beginning, like 4 years ago, know I did things even crazier than that before. For example, if you check Riyadh platforms, it's trading at around $14. But if you check my very first analysis about Riyadh, you can see it was $3.81, and I predicted something around 45, $46 in a 1 year time frame. However, if you look at that, it went to $79.50 in less than 100 days by February 16th. Sometimes when a hype happens, market overreact and things going to happen much faster than your expectations. This is the key point to consider when you want to enter a position like this. These are not value trading. These are based on predictions of a next hype in the market. At the time I was predicting that Bitcoin price is going to surge, so do assets that has correlation with it. And it wasn't the only one that I made prediction. Mara was around $2, like something. CAN or CAN was the same thing, around $2. So if you're looking at that, CAN, when I published my very first analysis about it and mentioned it can getting out of the control and raging like a bull, it was $2.60, and in less than 4 months it went all the way to 39 bucks. On the other hand, if you're checking Mara, you can see that it is trading around $25 at its, and but my very first analysis published when it was $2.37. What happened to it is gonna be amazing. You see, it went out of the border of the chart. It went all the way up to $57.75 in less than 4 months. So this is not the first time I predict something right, like Rigetti or RGTI. Sometimes, sometimes things get out of control and happen much faster. Do I recommend you to open a new position at this? I know I don't. Holding is only good if you take the primary capital out of it and enjoy the free run. Please consider any of these gains are not yours until you realize it. Now that we know Google invented a chip that strong, I think that chip make all these companies like RGTI or IonQ or qubits irrelevant from fundamental point of view. So this is a hype, and we try to benefit from it. We have to get out of this before it blow up. This is the point of this. So for those people who are interested to discover things like this, I recommend to read the George Soros book, The Alchemy of Finance. This is really important. Why? Because it, in general, people think when there is a bubble in the market, you shouldn't get involved. It can be correct, it can be incorrect. Why? Because if you can detect a bubble at the very earliest stage, you can benefit from that. If you are in my platinum patrons, you know that August 2023, I mentioned the next hype in the market is gotta be quantum computing or fusion energy. It didn't happen in terms of fusion energy. However, in the energy sector, if you are checking the stocks of modular nuclear reactors, the stocks, they became 10, 20 times in less than a year. So you can make prediction and then try to benefit from it. I showed you there are many examples. I published more than 1,800 analysis just on TradingView platform. If you're looking at them, you can see there are many of. There was a time that it was just like I was just looking for 10 bagger or more. So just keep that in mind that when things happen much faster than expectation, we are in the inflationary phase of the bubble. And probably we shouldn't get out too early, but whenever you think enough is enough, you can like take the money happily out of it after a couple of 100%. This stock, if you're looking, is now trading more than 1,200% in 69 trading days, which is beginning of the September. So in the past 4 months, it went up 12 times. Consider that in your calculation that yes, it can go all the way up to 12 or even more, but it is better always to go risk free and try to realize gain at some steps. Trailing a stop loss usually doesn't work with these kinds of stocks because they are fluctuating more than 20% per day. That 20% is like equal to 100% for someone who uh, get involved around $1.20, $1.30. So put trailing targets and realize some of your gain could be a good strategy while you keep running with this and you eliminate the risk of a sudden crash. Thank you for listening to me. I hope you have enjoyed all the trades offered since November. It was a crazy month. I offered Solar Edge from like $10, 50, 60 cents. It went all the way to 16. It's now trading around $2, 12.15, which is already $25 up. Talked about Coursera, COUR, around $7 and less than $7. It's now 25% up. Talked about Joby when it was $7.50. It went all the way to $9 and $9.30. Then these we had lots of good trades in the past 2 months. And this is just other than the strangle strategies with multiple trades with plus 100% gain. So thank you for listening to me. Thank you for supporting my work. In 2025, definitely the change, I will consider lots of changes, probably to start my own website, and everything is going to change for those who are interested in the work I'm doing. Thank you. Thanks so much.